Hello?
Hi. Hi,
Hi.
everybody. For the next talk, please let's welcome Anna Adik for our talk, Scaling Communities, What's Like? It's Hard.
Hello? Is it ready to begin?
Yes, we can hear you, Hannah.
Yeah, okay. So, thank you so much for the invitation to this seminar. No, I cannot. Just a minute. I must get some support. Julia? Julia? Kom. Bilderna kommer inte fram. Yeah, okay. Now you can hear and see me. Hello? 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 Yeah. I hope you can see the slideshow and hear me. So I go on. I am Gunilla Samberg from Sweden, and I live in Umeå, 700 kilometers north of Stockholm. I'm a visual artist and a writer. I am a mother of 3 children and a grandmother of 6. And I'm very much concerned about the future, the wars, the rearmaments, climate changes, and condition of democracy around the world. So, how to react, how to act, what impact have I as an artist? What responsibility have I, and how to keep hope? 1st of April, I left by train from Umeå to a visit in Krems an der Donau in Niederösterreich. I went by train and I brought an old baby carriage from 1971. And the baby carriage is a kind of symbol for the future. This is low tech, use and reuse. In Krems, I bought some soil and I embedded the seeds of oats in it. And after 6 days, they grow up and are visible. And the carriage is covered with my mother's old fur coat. Artist in residence. I walked around in camps during 3 weeks, an hour a day or something, and I talked with people. I told them I'm very much concerned about the future and what about you? I talked about consumerism and our responsibility for the future. It was a kind of surprise, this grass growing and walking around to get some fresh air and see the environment. So I also had a flyer with a kind of manifest about this issue. The title of it is Das Gras, der Mensch und die Zukunft. The grass, human, and the future. Quite another work. Metastable condition. Right now, we have a kind of stability, but any moment it could be changed. It could be a tipping point or several, a bullet, a mistake, and the chaos is a fact. The painting Guernica by Picasso is lying underneath the surface of a kind of water movement. And water lilies are floating on this surface. It's a painting laying on the floor. I use this as a performance and a protest. So I invited 8 women to participate in my performance. It's a celebration to the great author, Sara Lidman, in the neighborhood, whose name was kidnapped by capitalistic interests. It was a cultural house that became a commercial conference hotel, and they took her name, Sara Cultural House. So we went around in the city and reaching this hotel, cultural house, conference center, and we read texts about this protest. So a public art in the middle of Sweden. Art makes life bigger than art. L'art est ce qui rend la vie plus intéressante que l'art. It's a cultural house with studios for artists and dancers and so on. So I wanted to celebrate art and to encourage them to make their art. Another public work, Pavilion. It's an installation outside a cancer clinic, and I wanted the people to remember a nice meeting with a cup of coffee and a good talk. Wintertime. I reuse my ideas. So this is a performance, a woman carrying something on her head. Another theme, little dancer of 14 to the left, Marie Geneviève van Gogh. She was Edgar Degas' favorite model. She was also a dancer at the Paris Opera in the end of 18th century. She was raped before she was 14. To the right, my work of art, Marie and Marlene. It is myself having a good talk with this little dancer. But in this object, she is over 2 meters high with a dress made of fabric and broderie. This work emanates from that idea, and it is the Convention of the Rights of the Child that became a law in Sweden 2020. So it is the text, my own text written on the wall, and 13 skirts, ballet skirts, flying over them, over the text. Children have right to their own bodies, and children have human rights. At that time, I also made a workshop with young students, young girls, about 15 to 17 years. And that ended with a public performance. And the theme was the right to your own body. This is from an exhibition and a performance in 2014. I am to the left and one of my grandchildren to the right. 16 baby carriages, 16 drivers. And the name of the project is Convoy. It's a kind of saving operation. It was going on for 3 weeks in Umeå, when Umeå was the cultural capital of Europe, 2014. So this is from the exhibition and the performance. The baby carriages are covered with white fabric that I made. And we also wore white jackets and hoods, walking around the city with the oat seed grown up. And this was shown in the city, in the streets, for 3 weeks. And also a visit to Gotland, an island in the Baltic Sea, where it's a kind of public politician week every summer. I think role models are very important. To the right, it's a pair of shoes that Louise Bourgeois sent me for my exhibition, for my idea. And to the left, my own studio shoes. And the shoes have something in common. They are talking about caring, walking around with artists, and the bed is of sunflower seed. And what artists makes is to get dry seed to grow into living plants. So this picture, this was developing during the exhibition. Playground, territory. The war as a chess play, with soldiers' shoes in the back row and children's and women's shoes in front of them. The white side and the black side. But all are carrying the life inside them till it will die. And both sides also think they have God with them to protect them. And on the board, it's also glued fragments of women's clothes, collars and buttons and so on. And we know that raping is a tragedy in the war, in wars. Soldiers are nameless, and they can do whatever they are said to do, are forced to do. I think that peace, thoughts about peace must be normalized. This is from March, 9th of March this year. We have a little group here in Umeå called Lysistrate, Women Against War. We are sitting on the square, main square here in Umeå, and we're just talking about peace and war. And with this kind of tree upside down. And so I got, you can see the little dog in the back, which also have a kind of white jacket on him. I mean, animals also are victims of the war too, of course. And then I got a kind of a question if I wanted to make a bigger piece performance. So I made this upside down tree again, bigger this time. It's 10 meters long, and could carry it to a conference, a congress. And that was held a couple of weeks ago in Örebro, and it is the Swedish Peace and Arbitration Society Congress. So it was 100 people participating in this performance. So we made 2 circles and the upside down tree in the middle. And this performance, it would be nice to spread it around in Europe. And I think it's necessary to do it right now. We need to come out with this message. And another tree. This was made last week on a literature seminar. It is a story from an old ash tree that I signed down and wrote it down on this paper. And it tells me that, I mean, we must take care of all what is living around us before it is too late. And I can tell that right now it's very warm, too hot, too early for this year, for the season. So we have to be concerned, all of us, I think. So I think I talked a little too fast. I was a bit nervous, and so this was my last slide. And if you have some question, it's possible to ask me if you like to.
No questions, so thank you very much.
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much. Have a nice evening and rest of the seminar.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.